Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all of you, dear students. We are learning class 9 science biology. Dear students, we are doing the revision of the chapter number 6 tissues, right? Almost we had completed the observation of the slides of the all the tissues, that is plant tissues as well as animal tissues. In plant tissues we had observe the slides of the different permanent tissue also, as well as meristematic tissues also. And in animal tissues we had observed the slides of the epithelial tissues, different types of epitheliums, then connective tissue, different kinds of connective tissue, muscle tissue, different types of muscles tissue also, and lastly in previously video we had observed the nervous tissue, that how nervous tissue work and the particular cell which is there in nervous tissue, which is called as neuron, or you can also call it as nerve cell, how it works. Okay, dear students, so today we are going to start with the differences, the particular differences between different objects over here in this chapter. So we will talk about the differences of the chapter number 6. Okay, so here let's discuss about the first difference between plant tissue and animal tissue, which is the main part of this chapter, that how the plant tissue is different from the animal tissue, that we will discuss over here. Okay, so dear students, the first point is that in plants dead supportive tissues are more abundant. What do you mean by abundant? That is common over here, dear students, as compared to living tissues. In plants, dead supportive tissues are more abundant. In plant tissue, most probably the commonly we can observe the dead supportive tissue. Why supportive tissue? As I already told you, that plants do not perform locomotion. They have to stay at one particular place, so they need support, mechanical support and physical support, right? So that is why the dead supportive tissues are more present as compared to living tissues. Living tissues are also present in plant cell, but comparison in the living tissues, the dead tissues are more common. Whereas in animal tissues, multicellular animals, living tissues are more common as compared to dead tissues. So this is the main basic difference between plant tissue as well as in animal tissue. In plant tissue, dead supportive tissue is more common, whereas in animal tissue, living tissue is more common. Okay, now moving with the second difference, that they require, that is means plant tissue require less maintenance energy, as they are autotrophic and can make their own food. Of course, this universal fact we know, that plants are making their own food, and that is why they are known as autotrophic organisms, right? So as they are making their own food, they require less maintenance, whereas the animal tissues require more maintenance energy, as they are heterotrophic and have to move in search of food. That heterotrophic organisms, or we can say the animals, cannot make their food with their own, right? They have to move out in searching of the food, so that is why they require more maintenance energy. Okay, now the third difference, that there is a differentiation of tissues into meristematic and permanent tissues. This we had already learned, dear students, that plant tissue is mainly divided into two categories, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue, which are localized in certain regions of plant based on their dividing capacity. That also we had learned, that meristematic tissue having three different types of meristems, right? That is apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. And these three particular type of meristem are present at particular regions only of the plant. Either some of the meristems are present at the tips of the root and shoot, some of the that for example lateral meristem are present at the lateral sides of the plant only, right? Whereas apical meristem is present at the tips of the root and shoot. So this is the differentiation in the plant tissue only. Whereas in comparison to plant tissue, if we will moving with the animal tissue, such kind of differentiation is not present, or we can say such kind of differentiation is absent in animals, as their growth is uniform. Getting, dear students? Okay, moving with the third difference, that is due to activity of meristematic tissue, plant continue to grow throughout the life. This is the very important point over here, dear students, that due to the activity of the meristematic tissue, plants continue to grow throughout their life, whereas animals do not show growth after reaching maturity. Animals can grow only till their maturity. Once their maturity comes, their growth stops. Yes, but reparative growth is however present. Now what do you mean by reparative growth over here? That is repairing. If particular tissues are damaged, particular cells are damaged, if body is physically damaged by due to any accidental or any cases, then that particular reparative growth is present. Otherwise overall growth is stopped when maturity comes in animals. Okay, the fourth difference is organization of plant tissue is very much simple. They have the complex tissue, but complex tissue having also not that much type of complex organization, whereas organization of animal tissue is complex with the development of more specialized and localized organs and organ system. Getting that plants do not have any particular organ system, they do not have digestive system, excretory system and so on, whereas animals having such kind of systems in present inside the body. That is why organization of animal tissue is very much complex. Okay, the last is tissue organization is meant for stationary habit of plants. A very common and main reason of the plant tissue, that as plants are stationary, they cannot move, the organization mainly based to support the plant, whereas in animals tissue organization is targeted towards high mobility of animals. That plants having high mobile, they can do movement from one place to another place, and that particular tissue organization is based on the high mobility of the animals. Okay, moving with the second difference, three main types of differences, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So dear student, first of all I want to tell you that this parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma are the types of simple permanent tissue. That permanent tissue again subdivided into two classes, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. So here first we talk about the simple permanent tissue, that in simple permanent tissue three tissues are there: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, so first is cell wall is primary in parenchyma. Collenchyma also has the cell wall is primary, whereas sclerenchymal cell wall is secondary. So remember over here, dear students, that parenchymal and collenchymal cell wall is primary, whereas only the sclerenchymal cell wall is secondary. Okay, now moving with the second difference, that cell wall is very thin and made up of cellulose. Parenchymal cell wall is primary as well as it is very much thin and made up with the cellulose, whereas in collenchyma cell wall has irregular thickening of cellulose and pectin, especially at the corners. The cells of the collenchymal tissue has at the corners little bit thickness, and why? Because cellulose and pectin is present over there, whereas parenchymal cell wall is only made up with the cellulose. And if we move with the sclerenchyma, that cell wall is uniformly thick due to the deposition of lignin. Uniformly thick means all the cells are thickened all over, at all the sides they are thickened due to deposition of the lignin. Remember dear students, this lignin and pectin are the particular chemicals which are present in plant tissue. Moving with the third difference, that parenchyma provides turgidity to plant, whereas collenchyma provides mechanical strength as well as flexibility to plant, and sclerenchyma provides mechanical strength to plant. This is the main functions of all this simple permanent tissue, that is parenchyma provides turgidity, Collenchyma provides mechanical strength as well as flexibility, and sclerenchyma provides mechanical strength. Moving with the third difference, that these are formed of living cells. It means that the cells which are present in parenchyma, all the cells are living cells. Collenchymal cells are also living cells, but the main difference over here that sclerenchymal cells are dead cells. Remember dear students that sclerenchymal cells are dead cells. Now the last one is they have isodiametric cells, they have elongated or oval cells, and sclerenchyma has the cells which are spindle shaped, long and narrow. Isodiametric means they are very much flat and thin cells, and collenchyma have elongated or oval shapes, means they are little bit longer in nature, and sclerenchymal cells are spindle shaped. We can also call this tapering, with the tapering end, and they are long also as well as narrow also. So this is the difference between simple permanent tissues, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, moving with the third difference over here, that is give three differences between epithelial tissue and connective tissue. So very first I want to tell you that this epithelial tissue and connective tissue are the animal tissue. Okay, so the first point is it is the covering tissue and protects body from the infections, injury, physical stress or physical damages, etc. So very first point is that epithelial tissue, that is epi means up and thelia means surface, as it is present over the upper surface, either the upper surface of the overall body or the upper part of the different organs which are present inside the body. So main function of this epithelial tissue is the protection. Protection from what? Protection from the particular body from the either the infections or the injuries, etc. Whereas the main function of the connective tissue, that it connects the various body organs. Right, it connects various body organs, and that is why it is called as the connective tissue. The second difference is cells are tightly packed with each other without no intercellular space, or we can say very less intercellular space, because they have to protect the particular linings of our body. So they are forming they are making a formation like foundation. वो एक basement जैसा structure बनाते हैं. That is why we cannot find any kind of intercellular spaces in the epithelial tissues. Whereas connective tissue cells are loosely packed. Most probably the cells of this connective tissue are present in our matrix. Either that matrix is particular jelly like or fluid, or sometimes it is solid, but cells are definitely present in one kind of matrix. So cells are loosely packed inside the matrix. And the last difference over here, it is given that cells contain very little or no intercellular matrix. As now I told you that epithelial tissue do not contain any kind of intercellular matrix, and if it is there, then it is very much less. Whereas space between cells is filled with non-living matrix, either solid or fluid, or sometimes it is jelly-like also. It means that connective tissue cells are always present in any kind of matrix, and that matrix should be either a jelly-like, either a fluid, or it is solid. So this is the difference between epithelial tissue and connective tissue. Okay. Now the next difference over here, dear students, that how are simple tissues different from complex tissues in plants? Okay, simple tissue, main permanent tissue having two types of tissues, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Now what is the difference between simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue? So let's see first the name of the tissues, that is simple and complex over here, dear students. That simple tissue is called as simple tissue because they are made up with only one type of cells. Whatever the cells are present in simple permanent tissue, all the cells are one type of cells only, means the particular cells having same kind of shape, same kind of size and same function also, whereas in complex permanent tissue they are made up with a multiple type of cells. That in complex tissue either 4 or 5 different types of cells are present, and that particular 5 different types of cells having different shapes, different sizes and different functions. So this is the main basic difference between simple permanent and complex, that simple having only one type of cells, that is why they are called as simple permanent tissue, whereas complex having different kind of cells are present is there, that is why they are called as complex. Now the second difference is they are mainly responsible for storage and mechanical support. The main function of the simple permanent tissue is to storage of food or storage of the waste materials or giving the mechanical support to the plant. Whereas complex tissues are mainly responsible for transportation. That as we know that plants having two complex permanent tissues, that is xylem and phloem. So xylem helps in transportation of water from roots to different parts of the plant, whereas phloem helps to transport food from leaves to different parts of the plant. And examples of simple tissues are parenchyma and collenchyma, and examples of complex permanent tissue are xylem and phloem.